This might get weird.
We rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, picture me rolling, baby. Hey, Grace Helbig.
Good morning, Mamrie Hart.
How goes it?
It goes, you know?
You know, we say it at the same time. I have fully embraced the doing the podcast in pajamas.
Yeah,
idea.
you have. I thought I was going to be more casual. I came over with sweatpants on, and no, you one-upped me again.
You know, I just feel like I could maybe be style-wise, not like gross wise, the Hugh Hefner of podcasting.
Oh, okay. Just like fully embracing that this is what I wear. It's comfortable. It's a choice. Yeah. It's not that I woke up too late.
No, exactly. No, it's definitely not that. I definitely wasn't relieved when you said you were running late.
Oh,
no, because Hugh Hefner, he always had parties at the Playboy Mansion. So people are coming to his house. So why not be comfy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Has he ever been spotted in jeans?
Well, first of all, he's spotted dead right now.
No, I know. But
Okay.
I mean, like when he was walking the earth with us.
I don't know. I feel like
Also, he was born like 95 years old.
he was 100%. When I see photos of him from back in the day, I'm like, those are photoshopped. Yeah. He Benjamin buttoned, but never started doing it. Rolled out a tiny old man. Did you ever watch Girls Next Door? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I did too. I'll admit it.
I watched some of it because wasn't he on E?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Totally.
E has all the greatest television shows.
E-
If I have to say one thing about
He has blurred out more nipples and vaginas because that was like that came out. I feel as if we were preteens or still like kind of young.
I feel like I was in high school when some of it was happening.
Okay, it still felt a little crazy to be on TV.
I felt crazy, but it was presented so normal because that whole network was like
obviously he has 3 girlfriends and you go and live with him. That's a great way to present.
And that's what a woman should
To a
aspire
female audience.
to. Yeah, and then you have what's A Simple Life, like back to back.
Totally. No, but on that show, one of his girlfriends, Holly Madison, who I think married Chris Angel, I can't be sure.
Ooh, that
or
sounds
like dated for a while.
That sounds like it definitely happened.
She called him her little puffin. And he does look like a puffin.
He does. That's actually an incredibly accurate description.
Very astute.
Wow.
Holly Madison.
Ashley Madison is the website for high-end escorts.
Right. How... Jesus.
Wow.
And also, I feel like I probably went to college with a million girls named Ashley Madison.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like how bad that would suck to have like your name and then all of a sudden it's embroiled in scandal.
Ugh. And nuts. Thank God.
It nuts, she says. Grace's new catchphrase. It nuts.
Well, we just got back last night from a whirlwind trip to New York City.
Yes, I went to Mexico for 5 days. Came back to LA for 12 hours.
Jesus.
Literally, I landed at 4:30, got home, like Chip was here. We reunited after 3 weeks, had like a fun date, went to sleep, got up at 5, went to the airport, and then we went to New York.
Yeah, you have been gone in a different country for a week, and somehow I'm the one that still almost missed our flight to New York City.
Yeah. No.
I checked the wrong time.
Yes.
Well, I almost missed both flights. Let's be fair.
Wow.
Because on the way back, I called you at 7 a.m. thinking it was 7
Okay,
p.m.
hold on. Let's backtrack. First of all, what I love is that Grace got the times wrong and almost missed our flight to New York. But you made incredible time because I was in airport security, putting my bags up on the conveyor belt. There's a woman behind me. I turn around to see how big the line has gotten, thinking, oh God, I hope Grace gets here soon. Like the line is building. And one person behind me is Grace, and it's so early. We just look at each other for 3 seconds before we process, that's my best friend's face.
I know, and I was
We're just staring at each other, not reacting at all.
It looks like we could have been complete arch nemesis.
Yeah, this bitch, Holly Madison from junior year.
And Madison Holly.
Yeah, totally.
I was looking at your face and being like, why is that woman staring at me? Now I'm staring at her. And
we flopped in, and then I just go, oh, hi, best friend.
Yeah, oh, hi, my best friend. And the woman in between us is just like, what the actual fuck just happened?
Did you guys really just run into each other and have a stare off for 10 minutes?
And then just like 2 haggard trolls go back to loading your stuff up on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, we had quite the weekend, which we'll totally get into. But speaking of the flights of it all, on the morning we came back, yesterday morning, I was getting up early. I was going to get beans. I was so excited, but I had my alarm set for 8:30. And at 7:30, I receive a phone call from Grace Helbig. Now, Grace doesn't call you.
Unless it's an emergency.
Unless it's an emergency or you legit have to get on some type of conference call to make a living.
Yeah.
She does not get on the phone. We've talked about this. I get a call at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking, oh my God, some shit went down.
Yeah.
Because, we went out drinking and I was like, oh no, did she like go out to get one more from a bodega and got arrested and I have to go fucking pick her up?
And you're my one phone call?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we went out with the Try Guys till like 2 or 3 in the morning, went to drag shows. Like it was so fun.
It was a blast.
But then I put my blackout curtains down in the hotel room, which are a blessing and a curse. And I don't fuck with them. They're too scary. Well, I was having trouble falling asleep without them down the night before because we were in a hotel in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah, like smack dab. I could have been on the shoulders of a knockoff Elmo.
Yeah, my window overlooked all just like neon flashing lights. So it was kind of like I had one option to try and sleep. And so I woke up in a panic, which is now just my conditioned response to waking up with blackout curtains.
I thought you meant in general. I was like, you just wake up
panic
in a full sweat every day.
Full sweat, thinking it can only get less stressful from here.
Yes, totally. Set that bar low.
And then I looked at my phone, and because I didn't wake up to an alarm or anything, I just looked at my phone and saw 7:30. And in my brain, I could not compute that could possibly be AM because it was so dark in my room because it was like kind of rainy or gray in New York. And I like looked around and my brain could not process. And I was like, how did Mamrie let me sleep all the way till 7? I know we went out super late. I know we've had a long weekend.
But did we just sleep 17 hours?
Yeah. Did both of us collectively and room serve? And in my head, it's like not even that they would have knocked on my door to get me out of the room by 7 p.m.
No, you're frantic. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what the phone call sounded like. But first, before you called me, did you go look outside? Or did you just immediately call me?
I went, it was cartoonish panic. I like threw my blanket off, ran around my room like back and forth because my room was a disaster zone from trying to get ready for the award show the night before. And I was like, okay, do I panic? Do I pack? Do I what? And I looked outside and it was like kind of gray out, like it looked like the sun could have been setting. Okay. And so that's when I was like, oh my God. So
she picks up the phone and calls me. So I wake up and I get, hey Grace, is everything okay? Hey, it's 7:30. And I went, yeah, I know, it's 7:30 in the morning. And you go, I thought, disregard this call. I thought we slept in. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Bye.
I think I actually asked you, hey, what time is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I said, it's 7:30 in the morning. And you were just like,
oh my God. Okay,
I
thought it was PM.
Pretend I didn't call. Okay. I gotta go. And I was just like, what the fuck?
I know. And then I went back to bed.
I didn't.
I know. You had a full morning. I went back to bed and then literally woke up at the exact time that you texted me being like, we have to be downstairs in a half hour. I was like, ooh, that would have been another close call because I didn't even start packing yet.
Traveling with Grace Helbig is always an adventure.
Yeah. You're never secure.
Nope. Absolutely not. But it was a really fun trip.
It was super fun. We went for the Shorty Awards.
Yeah. Shouties.
Which if you don't know what they are.
We don't either. And I hosted them 3 years ago. And I still don't know what the fuck they are.
I was under the assumption that it was a digital content creation award show across, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
I think initially, when it first started and was like a little thing that probably didn't even
Twitter awards.
Yeah, and didn't even have an actual ceremony or an event. I think it was just something they conducted. It was solely Twitter, hence the word short.
Right. And then it expanded to multi-platform until this year they added the category Best TV Show.
I mean, can you imagine?
What the actual fuck is this award show now? It's because Terry Crews confirmed that he was going to be there.
Yeah, okay. God bless it. I love you, the shorties. I had a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for flying us out.
First class. And again,
amazing.
It was a really, really good time. So invite us back.
Yes.
However, it was definitely one of those things where it's almost as if I was having a dinner party and I invited 30 people. And then based on the 8 people that confirmed, I made it really special and their favorite foods, and was like, you guys, I can't believe you all accepted, you know, made it feel like it was just that group of people there.
Right.
So what the shorties do is I feel like invite a ton of folks. The people who actually say they will come are the ones that are going to get awards. And then they even create categories last minute based on who's coming, because show of the year was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and so Terry Crews accepted it. But it was like, oh, really? Sandra Oh isn't here to accept it for Killing Eve? Like, no shit.
Yeah, no one from Game of Thrones confirmed.
I mean, but Game of Thrones doesn't have that Chelsea Peretti sass, you know?
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was very nuts. We got to present such prestigious categories as GIF of the Year, or Best Use of GIF. Sorry, my bad.
Best Use of GIF.
Yes.
Vlogger of the Year. And Celebrity of the Year. That was also added the day before.
And it was given to, spoiler alert, the host of the entire award show, Kathy Griffin.
Can you believe it? The host of the show confirmed her attendance.
And the funniest part of that is that she came on stage genuinely surprised because she mentioned to us quickly in the wings afterwards that the staff had told her that it was going to be Russell Brand that won.
It was a goddamn fever dream. We saw my favorite moment, or one of them, is seeing someone accept an award on behalf of Crockpot. Now, okay, if you guys don't know what Crockpot is, then you must be very young and definitely not from the South. Crockpot is a slow cooker. It's a thing you put a huge pot roast in, throw in some carrots, some onions, a mirepoix, if you will, and then a little liquid, and you slow braise it all day. It's such a low heat that you can leave the house.
It's low maintenance all around.
Crockpot. So they got nominated for like best response of the year. I guess it's like when some shit goes down, who responds quickly? And apparently there was an episode of This Is Us where a house burned down because of a crockpot, and Crockpot had like a quick witty response, you know, because they were like, we don't burn down houses. What the fuck? Why did you use this by name? But so Crockpot won the award, and later I'm talking to Grace, and I'm like, I have to say something in our speech about like Crockpot didn't deserve it or whatever. Crockpot beat out Yodel Boy, and I was like, not my Mason Rhodes or whatever his name is. Ramsey. Mason Rhodes is someone I went to college with. What up, Mason? But Grace looks at me, and you like,
I genuinely was like, I don't think that's the brand they're talking about. I think
it's just someone's was like a witty, modern artist.
I thought it was like someone's witty Twitter name, you know, like
absolutely,
like Dad Boner and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, like the actual crockpot that I make boiled peanuts in.
Yeah,
won a Shorty Award in 2019.
Wow, and
time to be alive.
A really great time to be alive. I know that brought a whole new understanding to that category for me. We won an award.
We did win an award. We won an award for best web series.
For the reason this podcast got started.
Yeah, you guys can thank them. We won for This Might Get, which if you guys are listeners but didn't previously follow that is our web series we did, and also where the taped version of the podcast goes up every week on YouTube, youtube.com/thismightget. And so we won this, and okay, I'm gonna air out the behind the scenes.
Do it up.
Grace and I knew we were coming to present an award.
Yes, we had confirmed because we wanted stories. We wanted to go to New York.
We wanted to go to fucking New York. Yeah. This is what we do. I was like, yeah, I'll be home 12 hours. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we confirm we're going. And then about like a week later, I realize we're nominated. If we're going, they're going to give us the fucking award for our show that has been canceled since October. Meanwhile, we're up against shows that are thriving.
We're up against Good Mythical Morning and Liza on Demand, and shows that are probably great that I've never even heard that know
exactly.
of.
Like they're so good that we've never heard of them because our taste level isn't there yet. So I say to Grace, I'm like, oh fuck, they'll probably give us this award since we're coming. Do you care if I email the Shorty Awards and say, we don't want this award?
Yeah, we're
like, this would be very awkward.
What's the protocol on this? How do we handle this? Because we don't deserve this.
No, it's like giving a speech at a wedding when it's like the bride hasn't talked to you in 6 months, you know? And so we respond and we're like, we don't, sorry to be presumptuous, which it felt so stupid.
Yeah.
It was like, if by chance you're giving this award, can you not? Because it got canceled 6 months ago, and like we're not deserving of this category. Like
it just feels awkward.
We're 5 months into 2019. This show hasn't existed in 2019.
Good Mythical Morning has been going for like 10 years and
consistently
just continues to evolve and grow and
dominate.
Change and
dominate. They have like a payroll of 90 people. We're beside my dirty laundry. So anyway, we get a response back because we sent it on a Sunday, clearly from, God bless, I won't name names, but one of the people who worked there who was definitely having like Sunday fun day.
Yeah.
And she was like, woo! She was like, you guys did win, but you deserve it. And the trophies are already engraved, so we can't change it.
Yeah. She's like, also, you caught me after some mezcal. So there's that. She's self-aware. She's like, I love that you guys even sent this email. This is hilarious. But you know what? Take it. The trophies are engraved, and you deserve it. We were like,
so we knew, knowing we were going to win and dreading having to give a speech. So there you go. But it was a really fucking fun time.
It was really fun.
The second I walked into the after party, an entire glass of white wine was spilled all over me.
Yes, that was a very hilarious experience. Not in the moment, but afterwards.
Yeah, it was very funny for you.
Well,
very funny.
Well, we had walked back to the hotel. The after party was in the hotel. And we had walked back in the rain, so I was already like a drowned sewer rat. I already had to go upstairs and change.
Meanwhile, when we're walking back in the rain, and it was probably like 4 blocks.
Yeah.
Eugene from Try Guys gave me his leather jacket to hold over myself like an umbrella because I just dyed my hair that afternoon. And red hair dye is a motherfucker to get out, but you also, it fades so fast, you don't want it to all come out at once.
Right.
You know, you don't go like crazy. So I was like, if I walk into this rain right now, while there's like people standing there wanting pictures, and then my hair just starts bleeding. Like one of those like Virgin Mary statues that cries blood, just bleeding all over my pink jacket. Like,
what an artistic expression.
Truly, it would have been my...
It's like when the Banksy just started ripping
shredding
in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, it's like, see, I won, just crying blood all over myself. So yeah, we get back to the after party and I finally survived. And then the second I walk in, I have to leave and go change.
It was truly a time.
I enjoyed it.
And then the next morning after my escapade, we got to feel like true rebels because we snuck an animal on a plane.
Oh, baby. Oh, wow. This was a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
You guys remember me talking about us going to New York the previous time when I dropped off Beans and how she was in first class and she was eating Starbucks egg white bites from my hand and it was great. So Delta allows you to fly with your pet.
Yes.
For some reason, we were being flown JetBlue and JetBlue just doesn't let you have a pet in first class. And I was like, I didn't buy these tickets. I'm not going to willingly sit in coach. Like, fuck that.
Half the reason that I agreed to this is because we were being flown JetBlue Mint.
Exactly. I already know the menu. So I said to Grace, I was like, they don't let dogs in first class in Mint. I text my friend and she's like, oh yeah, they kicked me out. Jackie. She was like, oh, they've kicked me out with my dog before. You
something
can't.
must have really terribly
gone
happened.
down. Yeah. So we get to the airport and I devise my plan that I always do when I'm flying with Beans because I just don't want to pay the fucking fee.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take her to the vet every time. So I'm like, I'm going to just walk in like the pet carrier is a duffel bag, immediately put her under like a blanket in my lap, and then we're done here.
Yeah.
And no one knows there's a tiny dog there.
Yeah.
So Grace had to like...
Oh, we had a whole plan. It was like a full fucking Ocean's 11.
Yeah, she was calling us Ocean's 3 all day.
Yeah, because, well, Mamrie was like, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my bag. You put it in the overhead bin, and then I'm going to put Beans underneath and get everything situated if that's okay with you. Because then we weren't sitting next to each other.
We were across the aisle.
Yeah, so then we were like, oh, no, now you're going to tell a person that you're sitting next to about this, like, stowaway that you have.
She's going to see. Will she be a tattle?
Right.
Because I've definitely been on a plane before where I walked past an aisle and there was someone with a therapy dog, but it was like a big ass dog.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were in the exit row so there could be room. And seeing the person do the call button and be like, I'm allergic to dogs. I can't sit beside them. You know? So I was like, oh no.
What's this going to be like?
Luckily the woman was like, I have an 8-week-old puppy. Like, what's this one's name? You know? But we were sitting there and I got Beans under the cover. They do the whole thing where they come around and ask if you want something to drink before you take off because someone paid too much money for these tickets.
Yeah, yeah.
As the flight attendant comes up, Beans starts wiggling.
Oh,
like
God.
she starts like getting on her haunches to shake it out. And so I just like move my knees up and I just look like I have a tummy ache.
Yeah. you look like you're almost like festival dancing on Molly, just sort of like writhing around a little bit.
I'm just like, I still got Molly coursing through my veins. I'm going to put a blanket over me and just let this groove get out of my body. Sorry, guys. My Disco Biscuit show ran late last night. So, we work it out. It's all good. But then as we're getting ready to start taxiing and they're closing all the overhead bins, the flight attendant notices that that black duffel bag is actually a dog carrier.
It's a pet carry-on bag.
In the overhead compartment. Yeah. And she just goes, is this a dog carrier? And starts looking around. And I am fucking frozen.
And meanwhile, the dog carrier is above my seat. So she like looks at me and I just stare at the TV screen in front of me, which isn't playing anything. And I don't have headphones in. So I look like I have some sort of like like Asperger's or something.
Or you've got like a pound of cocaine in your butt.
Yeah, that the Molly's hitting me differently.
Totally. I'm over here squiggling, right? Just looking like,
and there was
like I'm possessed.
And it wasn't the longest silence, but it felt like it was a pregnant pause.
You hear, is this a dog carrier? This much silence. Then a woman goes, no, that's my purse. And then she goes, no, beside it, this black one, is that a dog carrier? And I'm like, we are fucking caught.
God.
Right? So I just go, so I'm still trying to lie.
Yeah.
So I just go, but it wasn't a lie because I go, oh, it's just got like clothes and stuff in it. Technically it does. It was filled with Beans' clothes.
It did have them in there.
So in my head, I'm wording this so it sounds like I'm just using this dog carrier bag as a carry-on.
Yeah.
And I wait there and I'm like, oh man.
Is she going to take the bait?
This was like the flight. This was like the grizzled flight attendant who like went to tanning beds for 40 years and was like, you could see every ounce of when she was not pleased.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very sweet though. I won her over.
Yep.
But she goes, is this a dog carrier? And I'm like, it's just filled with clothes. And she goes, oh, phew. I was just making sure there wasn't a pet up here because, there's been some drama with pets on planes.
Yeah.
She still, I don't think, knew I had a dog in my lap at that point.
At that point, I think she believed that I think she was more relieved that there wasn't a pet
a
up
dog
there.
that some asshole in first class put in the overhead compartment.
Right. So, yeah, for her to be, she was like, oh, because we get blamed for that kind of stuff. You know, she was checking her own, like...
legals of it all.
Exactly. And the flight hadn't even closed the door yet.
No. So she closes the overhead, walks away, and I'm like... oh my God. The woman beside me, who is this older woman who was like in her late 60s, red hair, so tired. She looked at me and she just goes, well, there you go. You got away with it. Like she fully knew. I said to her, I was like, they don't let dogs in first class on this airline. So I'm stowing her away. And so she thought it was funny.
Oh, that's so, I know.
But I felt like I just got caught sneaking into like my friend's house who had strict parents.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, or that like my parents came into my room and found weed.
Yeah, and it's like, is this weed? And you're like, do I say it's oregano? Do I say it's someone else's? Do I just say, what weed?
What's weed?
Like, what is my excuse at this exact moment?
Oh, yeah.
So the rest of the flight, was yours eventful? Because mine was hilarious.
Oh, look, I woke up at 7:30 a.m. thinking it was p.m. So I was a fucking zombie on this flight.
Yeah, you took some naps. You hung out.
I took some naps. I watched 6 hours of Love It or List It, which that show, I was like hate watching it at some point.
The hosts, well, here's the thing.
The hosts never stop walking and talking.
No.
And the guy is so smarmy that I'm like, does he, I can imagine this man, if you're not familiar with it, I don't even want to get into what this is. I won't waste so much time on it. But this show, if anyone's familiar with it, I have a feeling that host guy, like, writes all of his own bits and banter and like fully directs
fights for them.
Yeah, directs like his nephew who has to hold the camera behind him.
Totally.
Like, it's such a
the one thing I don't like about that show, amongst the other things I don't like about that show, but I've watched a million hours, is how they do the fake. The hosts are fighting about the couple who owns the house is fighting, so they do the fake like, oh, we're catching them from 30 feet away camera. It's like, no, they made them stand specifically at a tree and told them what to argue about,
and they shake the camera so it looks like you're watching now an episode of Cheaters somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're spying on them.
Yeah, they're arguing about a third bathroom.
Oh man.
The male host, he occasionally wears like black trench coats, and I just don't trust men in trench coats.
No, and he's too smarmy. He's very He's very unrelatable, and he's very just much like a cartoon character. Like he thinks he's this big badass real estate agent.
I bet he's really nice in real life.
I bet he really is.
I bet he's lovely.
I know. We would have him on the show.
Totally.
But no, my flight was. That's how exciting it got.
Mine was great. The woman beside me, she immediately passed out. But first, like the flight attendant made her put her purse above in the overhead, but not mine
and not my backpack. I saw that happen, and then I was just like.
I had a full bag. So already I was like, oh no, she's going to hate me. I'm for some reason getting like favorited. So she's like, bitching about the flight attendant, bitching about like, she says her TV doesn't work, but it works. When you're watching your parent do something and you're like, yeah, technology is crazy, huh? None of it works. Meanwhile, she's just like slowly swatting flies off the TV thinking it's going to happen. So she passes out for a while. She's so abrasive. That really the flight attendant before she goes to sleep was like, because she, had to be woken up to have the bag put up there. Right. She was going to sleep. She goes, do you want me to wake you up when I take orders for food? And she was like, sure. And I was like, oh no. So what happens is the flight attendant comes by to take orders and she's too scared to wake her up. Oh no. She's too scared. And I'm like, I'm a little scared too. I'm not going to lie.
And meanwhile, you have a sweaty little bean underneath.
Yeah, I have a tiny dog squirming. She thinks I've got like the alien from Aliens baby in my stomach. And so she goes, okay, if you just see her start to wake, will you hit the call button?
So she gave you a task?
She gave me a task. Because I'm like, A, is she going to be pissed if we wake her up?
Right.
B, is she going to be pissed if she wakes up and everyone's eating and she didn't get the food because she did say, wake me up. Ooh. So I, for the next hour, am on alert to see if she's like moving.
Oh, no.
But here's the deal.
What?
My sweet flight mate had fresh scars around her scalp. She had clearly just gotten a facelift.
Oh, my God.
And was sleeping with her eyes slightly open.
Oh, no!
I swear to God.
Oh, my God.
I kept looking over and being like, oh, I think she's rousing. No. No. She's sleeping with her eyes open.
No.
Yes. So I was terrified and didn't know, like, is she awake? Is she watching the TV? She doesn't know how to operate. Like, it is a fresh fucking facelift. Oh. Like, you can see it.
She's just, like, seeping onto the pillow.
Oh, no. Luckily not that bad, but, like, crazy. So I was fucking scared out of my mind. That's right? Nuts. So cut to like an hour later, she comes to, is already like, I can't sleep in this thing. Like, bitching. And I was like, this woman is a goddamn, she's having the worst time. From that second on, the loveliest creature. She truly just needed a little nap.
We were all a little cranky without sleep.
She loved the flight attendant.
Oh my God.
I find out, we start talking, and I find out that she was a sitcom writer for 33 years in Hollywood. She was like telling me insane stories. I mean, she wrote on everything from Growing Pains. She wrote an episode of Golden Girls. She wrote on like primetime cable TV for 33 years, like in the 70s. She's like, no one wasn't smoking a cigarette. Wow. And like, she's working on a book about what it was like to be a female in that time and the sexual harassment of being around a bunch of comic males in the 70s. I mean, it's bad enough now, but she was this badass. She was like, yeah, I worked in TV for 32 years. I never got married. I had a baby from a sperm bank and I did it all my fucking self.
Whoa.
And I loved her. And
she just got a fresh facelift?
So she goes, oh man, by the way, she goes, I'm sorry to go back to New York. I've been in, go back to LA. I've been in New York for 11 days. I was like, oh yeah? What were you doing? She goes, you're one of 4 people who know this. I got a facelift.
And you're like, you might be the only one that doesn't notice.
You don't say, woman sleeping with her eyes open.
With some fresh scars around your scalp.
And she like tells me the process and was like, and it looked good. Like she had scarring, but like it would have happened like just days earlier. She made me touch her chin. Like I was full on just touching this woman's face. She was like, the plastic surgeons in LA make you look insane. And I heard about this guy in New York. So I went and my girlfriend joined me and I've just been on like painkillers and we've been hanging out in an apartment for 10 days.
Wow.
And then she goes,
did you just meet future Mamrie?
Right? 100%. I was like, can I get the name of that guy? She goes, yeah, I mean, I just need to spend my money before my white rapper son does.
Oh my God. Go on.
Yes. So she she loves him and everything, but she was just
Did she tell you his rap name?
I mean, yes, we did, but I'm keeping the anonymity for this woman.
Lil Yachty?
No, it's no one we know. No, Lil Dicky. Lil Yachty is
Yeah, Lils.
Not a white rapper. Yeah, there's a lot of Lils. But so we talk. She's showing me stuff. We're talking. You know, I tell her I'm a writer too. We're having a great time. But it was just it was so interesting to hear all the stories, and for her also just to be like, I got a fucking facelift. And we had the greatest time for the rest of the flight.
Wow.
We got her some cookies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lots of cookies. She still couldn't figure out the TV. But we got her some, she couldn't figure out TV. I showed her how to get it because we were both watching the same news channel at one point. She was just like reading the script at the bottom, and I got her some headphones and was doing everything. And she just goes, "You're taking care of me. No one ever does that." And I was like, get your white rapping fucking piece of shit son to appreciate you, who raised him on her own.
Oh my God. I mean, this is truly...
We exchanged info. We wrote down emails and numbers.
Well, you guys are both writers. How you guys aren't writing the story of the friendship that was an odd connection?
Absolutely. I'm like, oh, really? Redhead in her late 60s who wrote comedy for 30 years and is like, fuck it. I'm going to spend my money before everyone else does.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really incredible. Meanwhile, I'm just fuming about Love It or List It.
Yeah, you're just over there really pissed.
I'm like taking a plunge on eating ricotta cheese and watching Love It or List It.
Totally. Yeah. It was one of my favorites. Just the whole scenario of hiding a dog while making a friend, while seeing the progression of, first the flight attendant scares me, but then she scares me, but then I'm scared of how much she hates the flight attendant, and then by the end, I'm not kidding, at one point we grabbed hands and we were like at one point I'm holding the flight attendant's hand and her redhead's hand as redhead is going, "You are so lovely," and I was like, this experience, ladies, has been one for the books.
You guys had some weird alternate universe First Wives club.
Yes, honestly, I was like, who do we need to sabotage?
I think
I'll pay dues.
You're a magnet for these older, confident, slightly abrasive women. Because at one point I overheard the flight attendant come over to you and be like, "Is there some YouTube thing going on?"
Yeah, well, I think she thought that because 2 rows ahead of us, I watched a girl take a vlog camera with a suction cup, like you would to put like a phone holder in your car, put the camera on there, start playing, and then put on like those under eye sheet mask things and like smile to the camera and then turn it off. So there's someone vlogging 2 rows ahead of us. She is there some YouTube thing? And I go, oh yeah, I think there's a lot of us coming back. But then she also said to the woman beside me, like, you know, when she was getting complimented, "Oh, but thank you, you know," she goes, "for making me laugh, even reruns." So I'm like, does this woman, is she so good at her job that she's like, okay, who are our passengers in this expensive cabin? I'm going to Google them, learn a little bit about them, to see if like there's anything fucked up I need to like avoid or tiptoe around.
Yeah, be nervous about.
But B, like, you know, just kind of know what's up with them. And I was like, that is
what a good job.
Incredible. And she didn't lay it on. She literally just said, "Oh yeah, no, and thanks for making me laugh, even reruns." And I was like,
amazing. I didn't get a single ounce of that kind of attention from her.
Well, Grace, you got to put out the energy.
Oh yeah.
She didn't like me at first. I did the thing that we've done before to members on crew, where we go, oh, they will like us by the end of this. I'm going to soften them. I'm going to break their ass down.
Figure this out for them.
So that was my goal after she saw the dog carrier. I was like, I'm going to make her like me so much that even if Beans pops her little gremlin head out, she's just going to go, very cute. We're not supposed to have them, but if it's my flight, you let me know. And she did have a Long Island accent, so I'm not laying it on.
She did. She was great. Yeah, so it's amazing.
I had the best flight.
Wow.
It was just an experience. We made a new friend. I'm going to email her today, just so like we've done the day after. Like, I'm not bullshitting you. Yeah. Here's my number.
Yeah, I would love to get a cocktail with this woman.
Oh, she's incredible. We'll let her heal a little more.
Yeah. Let her get through her painkillers.
I don't want to thin her blood out anymore with alcohol. while she's got stitches in her face. But so I get home and I'm so excited because I told you I ordered groceries to be delivered from the plane Wi-Fi.
Yes, you were.
I was like, I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm going to get home. I'm going to put away groceries. I'm going to cook dinner. I'm going to start laundry. I'm going to like set myself up for the fucking week, you know? I do all that. I chop veggies. I cook dinner. I've got beans back on the couch. I'm having a time. I literally take the sauteed vegetables off the heat, pop in one bite of broccoli and go, I think I left my purse on the plane.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm running through it in my head and I'm going as we have this whole goddamn scenario built out.
Oh my God. I had that thought in the taxi that I left my wallet, but then maybe I had a universal thought that one of us.
Maybe we're finally feeling each other's emotions like identical twins.
Oh my
God. Yay. Don't give me your hangovers, bitch.
No, they're pretty bad.
So I go, oh, no, this couldn't have happened. I realized we'd grabbed food in the airport. I put it on my shoulder. I had the duffel. I do the duffel. What I probably did was throw my purse down in the seat, immediately sit down, purse behind me.
Yeah.
Get all my blankets and stuff going because I'm setting up basically the trenches to hide beans.
Right.
And I'm sitting on it. As soon as we get up to leave, I throw the blanket off me. I get the bag down. I put beans in.
The blanket covered the purse.
My purse has been behind me the whole time. And I like start ravaging through my things. I'm like, when's the last time I used it? I used it in JFK. But no, I know I took it because we paid our bill. It wasn't in the taxi.
Oh my God.
So I'm freaking out.
Wait, how did you pay for your car?
No, I did an Uber.
Oh.
So I didn't use it.
Yeah.
So I was like, God damn it. Like, I feel like what I should do when I leave a plane is always buy something on the way out just to know, like just for the knowing that like I've used my purse. Yeah. You know, like.
Or just have a checklist getting off the plane and be like, do I have my purse?
No, I'd rather spend money I don't need to spend. So I freak out. I ravage through things. And then I immediately get in my car. I start driving to LAX.
Whoa.
And I'm calling.
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, I did a quick Google.
Yeah.
And so I Google lost and found LAX because I know like Chip left a code on a plane once and got it back. And the whole automated response is just telling you to call the airline or to file a report and they'll get back to you within 72 hours. Now it's like, I didn't leave a fucking coat.
Right.
I left something that like I need to cancel everything.
You have your IDs in there, everything.
Every credit card, everything. Right. God. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm calling JetBlue as I'm on my like headed down there. And they're like, oh yeah, you just have to file this report. We'll let you know in the next 48 hours. And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to like keep my attitude like I had on the plane, calm. Like be nice and things will come. Yeah. And I'm just like, but is there like an actual human I can talk to? Because like 48 hours ain't gonna work. I don't have money. I don't have ID, anything. Yeah. She's like, no, you have to file a report. So I just fucking go to LAX. At this point, it's 8:30 at night.
And you had to go all the way back to LAX.
Yes, I'm so tired. Yeah. I get there. It's, you know, bumper to bumper. You're not moving at anything. No. Like once you're at trying to get to the parking lot. Yeah. So while I'm there, and again, very safe. We're not moving. I'm not on the road. No. I'm in the driveway. So I file the report on JetBlue. I file it on LAX. I finally get to the parking deck. And in my head, as I'm looking at the filing thing, it says Lost and Found is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30. So I'm like, I don't even think Lost and Found is fucking open right now. Yeah. I run in there. I look for the Lost and Found desk. I see a baggage services desk at JetBlue in the corner and a person there. And so I just run over there and there's this girl behind the counter, Shalom. And I just go, hey, so I just landed on flight 623 like 3 hours ago. And I think I might have left my purse on the flight. And she goes, is it small and purple? And I'm not kidding. I started crying. I was like, it is. Oh my God. And she was like, we got it, honey. And I mean, like, I have cold chills restating it. Like, the amount of relief I had going over my body. She was so lovely. She was like, go upstairs to the check-in desk. They're up there. They're like, our supervisor has the only one to the key to Lost and Found. We keep this stuff really secure. She's dealing with someone now. She'll be here. I wait like 20 minutes. It comes down. There is my purse.
Holy shit.
So my day was a fucking day yesterday. Wow. From 7 a.m. wake up call to being back at the airport, getting reunited with my purse at 9:30. It was like, good Lord.
That's a movie. You lived a movie yesterday.
It was truly a planes, trains, and facelifts.
And face-mobiles.
Wow.
I came home and put a gravity blanket on and watched Game of Thrones.
Oh,
I also had a wild night.
You're so... No, by the time I got home, I had that adrenaline dump that, like, I lost my appetite.
Oh, my God.
So I just scraped my food that I'd been looking forward to so much into a Tupperware, put it in the fridge, and was like, I'm going to watch Vanderpump Rules. I drank a bunch of hot tea and went to sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, as someone that has lost their wallet with everything in it multiple times, including passport, I get anxiety just hearing about the process to start replacing all of those things.
I know.
Which is
that
so
moment.
infuriating.
And
then you're like, I can't even blame anyone but myself.
It's just me.
Yeah.
This is what I'm wondering, Grace.
Yeah.
And listeners, you let us know if there's a way we could do this tastefully. Do we bring back chain wallets?
I think you need a fucking fanny pack.
Okay, yeah, no, I have worn a fanny pack a couple times with a costume, like a Halloween costume, and it was insane how relieved I felt.
Well, see, when I travel now, I make sure that I have my computer bag that has everything in it.
See, but here's the deal. When I realized the purse thing, I think in my head I went, oh, I figured this was shoved in my backpack.
Oh, right.
So I do the Russian nesting doll of like, since you can only carry so many bags on a plane, where it's like, put the purse in the backpack, put the backpack in the tote, you saw me. I was traveling with like a mixed bag of shit.
To be fair, you were in the middle of a heist, and so things are going to get lost in the sauce.
I was in a dog smuggling heist meets meet cute with an older woman, like a very like Tuesdays with Maury situation, a female empowerment, kumbaya. Little did I know. My purse was in my lower back the entire time.
The universe fucking with you, going, you think that you had a miraculous like experience meeting two wonderfully different and interesting women? Get ready. No. We're gonna smack you back down to reality.
Truly, I don't know why I don't just check. When I can't find something, I'm always sitting on it, and I'm like, I don't have that big of an ass. Like there's one time in Palm Springs because sometimes I'll have my phone out, but you don't want to look rude and have it on the table,
right?
So I'll just put it under my butt or thigh and just like have it there. We were in Palm Springs and like I did that twice in a night and then like found it, like did the like where's my phone thing. That when we were in an Uber home from somewhere from the bar that night, I was like, I think I left my phone at the bar, and Chip just goes, did you look on your butt? and I literally went, oh, I got it. Like when in doubt, look under my butt. That's my lost and found.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's safe, and also Shalom probably had a wonderful experience telling her friends, like, this woman came up and got her purse, then just openly wept in front of me.
No, Shalom was great. I think I might have done like a prayer hands bow upstairs. They were great, and then also since I had to wait, like the manager came over and was like, just want to make sure you know we got it. We just can't get the keys. Whatever. He brings it over to me. He's like, does this look right? Like they were so nice to where again I'm just caught up, and I go from top to bottom. JetBlue's customer service has been incredible. Like I didn't go into the flight attendant whatever, but I was just like, thank you, God bless, non-spawn, but like
what an endorsement.
Wow. I'm
so
Delta
nice.
Loyal, but like they made a big swing.
Yeah, maybe they knew that. Maybe they knew that you had a Delta card.
They knew I just got my silver medallion bag tags in the mail that day.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so we haven't podcasted in a week and a half, but everything I needed to say was in the last 48 hours.
Get it. That's so nuts. Well, I'm glad everything has ultimately worked out. I can't wait to see what sort of hijinks the universe has in store for us this week.
Hijinks, low jinks, give me some mojinks.
That was really good.
Thank you. I'm inspired by my new friend's white wrapping son.
I was going to say,
who's spending all her money. You guys, thanks for listening as per usual. Again, we do have our Patreon, patreon.com/this might get weird. Speaking of, if you're a perv, we are going to do a live stream this weekend.
Yes.
And maybe a bonus pod and all that fun stuff. Go check it out if you haven't before. And we're working on tour dates.
Yes, we are. That is in the works. There are tangible well, not tangible. There are real humans working behind the scenes to help us figure it out. So,
and there's a chance that it's not just domestic.
Oh,
I'll put that out there, baby. Okay. Can't wait to lose my passport on that tour.
I mean, it might only be domestic depending on which one of us currently has our passport.
If either of us fly quickly before. But anyway, I got to email my new friend.
Okay, it got weird.
It did.